Hey everybody, this is Pam with Tempest Creek Homestead. Welcome in. Um, those of you that's gonna catch the replay, I appreciate you coming in. And let's talk about some things today. If anybody, Rudy, how are you doing? Welcome in. If anybody, okay, that's a double feature. But I'm Pam, and my goal is to buy land this year in Georgia to start a homestead. Me and my granddaughter, so it'll be two of us. And yeah, we're new to the homesteading. We're new to the garden groups. We're new to beekeeping, which I did have my first beekeeping experience of Sunday with Sarah Happy Hives. So if you all are joining me for the first time, I appreciate you all coming in and supporting us. But what I want to talk about is book recommendations. Do you all have books that you all like or is a go-to that you all want others to know about that you would recommend books to? So I've been finding myself finding a lot of books online. People been giving me recommendations on getting books. Also, I've been going to the Goodwill. Today I went to Barnes and Noble. So I bought a couple of books from Barnes and Noble. The books that I was looking for, they didn't have in stock. So I ordered them and I'm actually waiting on them to come. But I did pick up three books. One of them came to mind because I was watching the New Orleans Gardener and she was talking about garden terms, some things that I've never heard of. So when she started talking about garden terms, it actually piqued my curiosity and I really wanted to know what gardening, all the garden terms was about. Sorry about that. Let me turn this phone on silent. But any of you all that's looking at me or watching me, do you garden? Do you have bees? Do you have livestock? So, with you having bees, gardens, and livestock, do you refer to a lot of books or medicinal herbs? Do you refer reference to a lot of those books? Because, say for instance, if the internet crashes, what would you do if the internet crashes? So, I'm a firm believer in having a book on hand. And I did pick up some books today, so but I was curious to wonder, to know what resources you all have. What resources would you like to share with the community, or what's your go-to books that you would want someone to know about to see if they could actually go and get that book. But the first book I want to talk about, because like I said, T Nog was the one that told me, or she did a video on garden terms. So the first book would be Gardenpedia. And this book is by Pamela Bennett and Maria Zampini. So basically, this book has all the garden terminology in it. It might not have everything in it, but it actually has a lot of garden terms in it. So, like, for instance, if someone says budding, if you're new to the garden community and someone mentions some terms to you, how would you go by recognizing what they're talking about if you're new? Welcome in, Gail. I have the old Crockett's Victory Garden. It is my go-to book above all others. I'm gonna have to write that down. Because give me that pen. Hurry up. Yeah, Gail, I'm gonna have to write that down because I've never heard of that one. Give me a piece of paper. So I'm gonna write this book down that Miss Gail talking about. Gail, the book that you're referring. Hey, lawn lifters, how you doing? Welcome in. Gail said Crockett's Victory Garden. So is that book basically mainly about gardens, Gail? Lawn lifter, we're talking about book recommendations. So if you have any go-to books, like say for instance, if the internet crashes and you need to find some answers to some questions that you would need to answer in your gardens, what go-to books would you go to if you didn't have the internet? I've always liked keeping a library. I always like keeping books on DIY projects. I always like keeping books on how-to books, to if that makes sense. Hey, my Renaissance grandmother, how you doing? Welcome in. My Renaissance grandmother, my question to everybody is, if the internet was to crash, what books would you recommend somebody get if they need resources, if they was looking for something pertaining to the garden, livestock, bees? What books would you also recommend? Or do you have a favorite book, my Renaissance grandmama, that you go to? Gail Hopper says, I also have Essential Garden. Okay. Essential Garden. My Renaissance grandmama, I was talking about T-Nog earlier in the chat, that when she was doing her video about garden terms and she was asking us certain garden words. And by me being a new gardener, I don't know anything about the garden terms. So when you all talk about the terminology, I'm kind of lost to that. So I actually went on Amazon and found a Gardenpedia. So it's like a encyclopedia for garden terms. And it actually has a lot of great information. Some of the words that T Nog was talking about is in this book. And I got this book from Amazon. And the author is Pamela Bennett and Maria Zampini. Lawn Lifter says they have text yellow gold, fine and tie. Tracy uses the almanac here in our home. I've heard of the farmer's almanac, so that's a good thing to have to keep on hand. Farmer's almanac. Now, I went I went in Hobby Lobby today to find some things that I needed for my plastic canvas project that I was doing. But my Hobby Lobby didn't have what I was looking for, so Michael's was actually next door. I went to Michael's. They didn't have what I was looking for, but I was on Michael's book section and came across this book. Mackenzie, go give me that white book up there, up under that banana. And this is a homesteading book. It's the second edition, and It was written by Abigail Gering. I guess that's how you pronounce her name. Can you see the name, y'all? My Renaissance Grandma. I got this book too. So the book that you just referenced, I have that book, and this book is amazing, and I love it. And you got the Natural Medicines Bible. Let me write that down. Is that the Habak Remy and Natural Medicine Bible? Did I say it right? My Renaissance Grandma. I'm writing down, you all. this book that my Renaissance grandma was talking about. Oh, okay, okay. My bad. My okay, I got it. I got it. I got it. So I need to look for that one because I got the first one that you saw that you talked about, the encyclopedia of herbal medicines. So I have that book, and this book has a lot. But I'm waiting on another book that I saw at Miss Alice's house. Don't Hurt the Harvest. She went and got a book that she had because I'm interested in becoming a botanist. So I'm actually getting ready to start back school. But my Renaissance grandma, Don't Hurt the Harvest, Miss Alice, she had a book that was called A to Z Garden Plants. And I just ordered it the other day from Thrift Books. So that book will be coming this week as well. So when I actually looked into this book, this homesteading book, it has a lot. If you can see the description right here, it talks about a lot of stuff in this books. And I thought that would be helpful for me because I can still read up on some things until I get my land. And I've been reaching out to some of the YouTubers that have gardens and stuff so I can go and at least visit and try to see what they would be like working on a homestead. So I got another farmer that I'm going to. My Renaissance grandma said, oldies. Oh, Ollie's have lots of herbal books for reasonable prices. Just told me about Ollie's, and we have one here, and I have not been there yet. So I'm gonna check that out as well. And I know Jegs was telling me about um get this book called Beekeeping for Dummies. But I found another book that was saying Beekeeping for Beginners. So I'm still gonna order that Beekeeping for Dummies. Um because Jeg said that has a lot of good information in it. So I'm gonna check that book out. But the last book that I got for today that I bought today at Barnes and Noble, it is Sam Steyer's Field Guide to Edible Wild Plants. Now this book is pretty thick. It's a nice book. Hey Jax, how you doing? How you doing? I'm just talking about books. Do you have any go-to books that you would recommend if the internet went down that you will go back to as a reference? But this book right here has a lot of good information on edible wild plants. Like if you were foraging, if you wanted to forage, it has the descriptions, what you can do with it, um, what it's used for. It has a lot in this book. So if you were into wild plants and foraging, this book is a good book to get as well. But I went there to get the Peterson Field Guide for Medicinal Herbs. They didn't have it, so I had to order it. But Jegs, do you want to come up? Foxfire all one, two, and three. Is that like a series, Gail? Give me that pen I just dropped. Give me the pen. Or just give me one out the book. Gail, is that like a series, the Foxfire? Is that what is that pertaining to? Two and three. Jake said he got a lot of books. Okay, what would be if you had to choose and you had to recommend one? What would be your favorite, Jigs? Yes, it has. It's three books that have everything in them. Okay, I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna look into that. So that's what I'm trying to do, Jigs. I'm on my Samsung on my phone. Now let me see something. Yes, invite, copy. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. How do I put it on here more? Post comment. Okay, I got it. Why it's not going? Got it, Jigs. I put it on there. I put it on there. Mackenzie, come here. Yeah. Open it up for me. Let it go. Hey, bro.
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm
Right in the
doing
chat.
fine.
Well,
Huh?
just right here where I'm sitting at. I just tell you the books I got right here where I'm sitting at.
Okay.
Uh, The Beekeeper's Dummy,
Okay. I got that one. I got that one on order.
Beekeeping for Beginners,
Is that the same one I got earlier? Or it might be different. I think mine's a little different than that. Hold on. Hold on. Be right back. Hold on. Let me go. Boop, stop. So it might be the same one, Jex.
Guide to Beginner Beekeeping.
Is it this one?
You got a newer version
Okay.
by Samantha and Daniel Johnson.
No, this ain't Michael York.
Okay, it's a different one.
So I wonder would that be a better version of this one?
Well, the thing to it is, so many beekeepers do different things.
Okay.
There's no one person. Correction, there's no one group where everybody's doing the same thing.
Welcome in, Casting 55. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, Cassie. But you
Um,
once you read these books and everything, and you start beekeeping, you'll develop your own way of doing things.
okay, so does your book, that the one you just showed me, is it in black and white or do it have color?
Uh, it has color in it. It got pictures and stuff on the inside.
Okay, because all of mine is in black and white.
Uh, now these are got color photos on the inside.
Okay. So yeah, I'll try to look into that one too. And you said it's by who?
Uh, Samantha and Daniel Johnson.
Samantha Daniel Johnson. I don't know if you was in that live. I mean, in the one of Miss T Nog's lives one day, and she was talking about um Hey, Urban
See,
Garden Chronicles, thank you for coming in.
see, that's another beginner's B book right there. And that's
Okay.
made by somebody else. There's so many different B books made by folks.
I
This
saw that
one,
when I went to Barnes and Noble today. They had like unlimited books, and I was like, oh my God.
right?
Casting 55 and Urban Garden Chronicles. The question was, if the internet went down and you needed something to reference, what types of books do you all purchase? Or do you all have books? Or do you have a favorite book that you would recommend?
You know, and I got the Beekeeper's Bible.
Okay, yeah, Sarah Happy Hives told me to get that one.
That's just too
Hey,
much reading, right?
Sarah.
That one's just too much reading.
Yeah, I saw that one there too, and then I saw the chicken some type of Bible. They had one for the chicken, but it was a
Right.
Bible. Hey, almost homestead. Almost homestead says she got so many books,
Right.
canning
I got
books,
the
herb books, medical books. Okay,
I got the
yeah.
Herbal Medic.
What's the herbal medic?
That one's it's a military type book.
Is it something that we can do? We can buy?
Yeah, you can buy it, but you don't need it.
Oh, okay.
I got the herbal remedies, uh medical teas, edible wild plants. Uh
Almost homestead says she got that book too, Jigs.
oh, okay. I got the edible wild plants. I got one and two. Uh backyard medicine. Uh country skills.
Urban Garden Chronicles says I'm going to get an animal butchering book and animal care. Urban
Right.
Garden, I went to um the library about a couple of weeks ago, and they had a big blue butchering book that I checked out, and it was amazing. And I seen another homesteader had the same exact book. If you'll give me a second, I'll tell you the exact name of that book. Mackenzie, get my Tamples Creek tablet out of there. Casting 55 said, as far as gardening, I have books about herbs. Long Lips to say he was in the army, Jigs.
Hoorah.
I'm gathering my books to discuss. All right, almost home said.
Let me
But
see.
you know, Jakes, I
Oh,
was listening to T Nog. Remember T Nog had that video and she was talking about the garden terms.
mm-hmm.
When she got through talking about the garden terms, you okay? Did you hurt yourself? Okay. Oh, you fine. She was talking about the garden terms. Remember, she was talking about um it was a couple of terms that she was using. And majority of them I didn't know what she was talking about.
Yeah, the terms that we usually use in the garden, and then sometimes you just don't use it at all. Instead of saying soil, you just say dirt.
Okay. So I got to thinking like, okay, so the next time somebody do a video on garden terms, I'ma feel like I know what I'm talking about, right? So
Hey,
I bought this book, Jay,
Gardenpedia. Okay.
Gardenpedia. Yeah, it has a whole bunch of garden terms in here, like dead leafing, dead spot. What's deep watering?
Watering it well.
I guess so. So they got a lot of stuff in here I hear y'all talk about, and I be like, man. I don't understand that. I don't understand. So let me get this book for Urban Chronicles. You were saying something else about another book that you had.
Oh, I mentioned my. Let me see. The Herbal Medic, Herbal Remedies, Medical Tea, Edible Wild Plants 1 and 2, Backyard Medicine, uh, Country Skills, Prepper's Long Term Survival, and Magic Foods in the Garden.
Okay. Urban Garden. The book for butchering is called Butchering. Poultry, Rabbit, Lamb, Goat, and Pork by Adam Danforth. So it's a big blue book. Okay. That was the butchering book. You see my Tampa's home screen.
Hey,
I James, I write down so much stuff in this book. I be ready.
well, it's good to have a reference. It is good to have reference.
Yes, yes. And I was do you forage on your land?
Do I forage on my land?
Mm-hmm.
Not at the moment, no.
Metal
I
yellow
went out and just observed the stuff that I had on my land, but as far as foraging, no.
land lifter says metal yellow first red. My grass is looking real good now. I need certain perennials for good curbside impressions. You're welcome, Urban. If I write down something, I might remember it.
Yeah.
I know. I know when I went visit Sarah, she said, "Is somebody else coming up?" Okay. Janet, how you
How you doing,
doing?
Hey,
man?
I'm good. How you doing?
We doing fine. How you?
Living the dream. I got my piles of books here.
All right,
to
all right.
discuss.
We ready.
I'm not going to go dig out no books because that's too many to be bringing up in here.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you. I
You've been
mean, you
doing this
don't
longer
have
than I
to.
have.
I know you don't have to bring out your books. I just wanted, people to give out recommendations just in case the internet goes down
Mm-hmm.
and you have some reference, especially
Yeah,
for beginner gardens like me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm the type of person I like having a library anyway, regardless of what I'm doing.
absolutely.
Yeah. So
Absolutely. My dream is to have like J3, like a library too big to bring into Alive and Discuss. But I'm not there yet. I mean, I've only been doing this less than 2 years.
Okay.
So yeah.
Casting 55, I do canning, pressure canning, but I bought two dehydrators. They're still in the box. I've never used them. And water bath canning is something I'm interested in doing, but I hadn't got a chance. But I do have like the ball book of canning. I think that's like
Mhm.
the main one that people get. So I do
Yes.
have that. And then I have an Amish canning book. So yeah, Amish canning recipes are the bomb.
Yeah. So do you know what year your ball book is? Like is it a newer one? Cuz I have one from like the 70s and that I found at a like a junk store, and I have one from the 90s, and they are like super different from each other.
Mhm.
And that's
Okay.
really interesting because there's things that are unsafe now that are in those books from the 70s and 90s that people still use. People still do those things, and they're fine. They don't die. Um, and actually, the oldest one has info about how to dehydrate as well.
They
Hmm.
call that rebel canning.
Yes, yes. If I
Yeah,
did it,
they
it would probably be feral canning.
yeah,
Hmm.
they call that rebel canning. I hear a lot of women say that when they're canning.
But I
Uh
don't I don't can. I've canned once. Like you, I've got a water bath. like the thing for it, but I've never. I tried it once with pickles, and I don't know what I did wrong. But one of the jars broke in the water bath. One of the jars broke as I was getting it out of the water bath. And I just was not sure that this was the year for me to be learning that particular thing.
Now I do have this book.
Okay, what's that one? Ooh, that one looks like it's made by the same people that do the Herbal Medic. Because, like, if you look at the front, its design is a little bit similar.
Right.
And the inside yellow parts look like that.
Okay. And I do have this, which is the steam canner.
Ooh.
But I haven't used it. You see it's still in the box, right?
Yeah. I mean, I used one once and it went really badly, so I'm not really much ahead of you. We need to have. I wonder if Sarah, do you know how to can? We gotta ask Sarah and
Sarah
Missy.
said she cans some jelly. She pressure can jelly. Jags, do you pressure can? Do you preserve any of your harvest?
When the stuff, I got some eggs sitting in there from 2019. What I did was I had some boiled eggs, and we had a big gallon-sized jar of boiled eggs we bought from the store, and they ate them all up. So all I did was just refill it with my eggs, pour a little vinegar in there, and it's been sitting in the cabinet ever since.
Okay.
Oh, thanks,
Urban gardening. You like the steam canner? I hadn't used mine, and I hadn't did water bath yet as well. But I have pressure can because I have a Presto 23/4.
You know what? Between us, we have like all the types of canners.
Yeah,
we need to just have like a canning
can.
party one day at Sarah's house. Note that I volunteer Sarah for everything.
You should try it, especially with your asparagus. You say it grows only twice. You know, you have to harvest it every 2 years. You can
it start growing. You don't harvest it every 2 years. It just takes 2 years to start coming out good.
But you know you can pressure can it so you can have it on hand when you want asparagus.
Right.
Yeah, so I've been learning so much. I found out I could pressure can okra and green tomatoes, and I love fried green tomatoes. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a lot, but it all boils down to books. You know, when the internet crashes and we can't get online, and you need a certain recipe to pressure can something, what you gonna do if you don't got the books?
Yeah. Well, that's what the books that I have. I don't have anything about canning because clearly that's not where I'm at right now. But I did want to show you a couple that are like if I had to run for my life, the ones that I would take with me because they're that deep. This one, Making Native American, hunting, fighting, and survival tools.
You said Making Native American?
Yep, Making Native American, hunting, fighting, and survival tools.
Okay.
And Primitive Technology. These two books together, are really good, not only for if something crazy happens, but to show you kind of like how to make your own tools, which I think is really interesting for somebody I'm going into having my own homestead one day, and I don't have a ton of mechanical skills. So going through these and learning, they've got designs and instructions on how to do all kinds of stuff, how to make baskets of your own, how to start your own fires, how to build basic structures. Like a lot of things that I feel like, they'd be interesting if life went to crap. But also when I'm looking at I don't have the money to buy a big fancy greenhouse, but I have some white tent sides and I have some spare boards. Can I make that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so those two are my two like best books ever.
Wait a minute, almost. Sarah, pressure canning milk is a must, especially when you have little ones. You know,
Mm.
in the event that we can't go outside or SHT hit the fan, you're gonna need some milk on hand. So learning how to pressure can milk, oh my God, it's so simple.
Or you
It
better have some goats and a cow in the backyard.
That's true too.
Mhm. Yep,
Lord help us, Lord,
exactly.
he's teaching me how to prep.
Half the battle I think is learning how to learn how to prep, like where to find the resources or who are your go-to channels, things like that. Like it's hard at first to figure out where to even start.
Sarah, we're gonna have to get you a
Well,
pressure can.
no, if you're hungry, you're gonna know where to start real quick.
Exactly.
Legit point.
Exactly.
Legit
But
point.
but the
And that
thing about it is I follow so many YouTuber prepper channels, not just garden and beekeeping communities. I follow a lot of prepping channels. And it's this one YouTuber that I follow. It's called Make It Make, and she does a lot of water bathing canning and she does a lot of Amish canning.
I'm gonna get
This
a piece of
lady,
paper to write that down.
yeah, this lady literally jigs pressure can bread.
Yeah.
She did pumpkin bread, she did cornbread, and then they pressure can cake. And it's
What?
designed to stay on your shelf a year or more.
That's amazing. All
So
right, hold on. I'm moving my stuff
just
all around.
I mean, even the gardening is great because you're growing your food, but you have so many ways that you can preserve that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got
Mhm.
dehydrating, you got pressure canning, you got freeze drying. And Lord knows I want milk freeze dry when I get my homestead.
Hey, you got to keep a watch on Seven Kin Homestead because his new mission in life is to make a freeze dryer and show us how to do it.
Hmm.
Will that not be awesome?
Yes,
Well, I
that
want
will.
to. It will be
And if
urban
anybody could do
gardens.
it, it's him.
If you got a pen, write this down. The name of the lady's YouTube channel is Make It Make, and
Make
she
it what?
make 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 it
Oh,
make it make.
cool. I'm gonna check
Make
them
it
out.
make sense.
Huh?
The term make it make sense.
It does. She'll tell you make it make. You know, if you missing something out of this ingredient, like for instance, she was supposed to be making another kind of bread. Well, she only had pumpkin, so she made pumpkin bread. She said make it make.
Okay,
So,
good
oh, and she
for
made
her.
banana bread. She pressure canned the
Mm.
banana bread, and
Ooh.
she had nuts in it too.
Mm. I wonder if she does zucchini bread.
She did that too.
Okay, because I've got like
You have
all
to.
this
I
zucchini
promise
in
you,
my freezer.
you have to watch her. You have to watch the lady. I don't care who I'm watching. If you teaching me something, and I can learn from it, I'm watching you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I taught Mackenzie how to pressure can. And now
Good
it's
for
like,
you.
Grandmama, I hope we get the land. Grandmama, I hope we get the land. She says it every day. Grandmama, I hope we
Mm,
get the land. I'm like, baby, I hope we get it too.
that's awesome.
Yes, Urban Garden Chronicles. It's that. And then you just type it in together on YouTube and you'll pull her up. She has dark hair and the lady's gorgeous to me. Because I be like listening to her. She's just gorgeous. So once you learn to make one bread, you can make any. Yeah. And
Okay.
I didn't know anything about making your own light bread
Mm.
or your sandwich breads or anything until I started following these people. And when you go to the grocery stores and you try to look for a bread that's healthy, they still got about 50 different ingredients in it. But when you make bread from scratch, it has what, 4 ingredients in it?
Yeah, more or less. More or less.
So, but I just, I don't know. I it still boils back down to you need books. You need books.
Yeah.
You need recipe books. If you don't have recipe books, write down recipes you see off the internet. Get you a tablet, write it down. You know, but hey, I don't know. That's just me.
I think it's really smart to have things there. Like I get why people like the convenience of having their books on tablets and stuff, but like we had a power outage. I don't know Tampa if you guys had it last summer, but we had a storm that passed through here with like these bizarre straight line winds and our area of town was out power 4 days and we were in the middle. Like there were people who got it in 2 days. There were people that had power that were without power more than a week.
Well, now my
And
wife
what good
never.
does a tablet do then? Like
Yeah,
everything I did in my life, I couldn't do. I didn't have a computer. I didn't have any of that. So that was a reality check for me. Like
exactly my Renaissance grandmama she has. And she actually goes to the Amish community and she films when they do a lot of pressure canning. The lady be on it. I mean, oh my God.
cool.
She be on it. So it's like when I was driving for FedEx and I used to go to the Amish community up here in Butlerville, North Zenith area, and they had an Amish community up there. And I started getting curious because I've never seen real Amish, real life Amish, except for being on Little House on the Prairie or the Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman. So
Right.
So I'm driving down the street in my truck and I see this black thing on the street. Like, what is this driving down the street? And I was on the phone with my cousin. That's when I first found out about him. And she said, "What you talking about?" I said, "Girl, it's a buggy on the street." She said, "Stop lying." So I took a picture and sent it to her. She was like, "Man, you got to be kidding me. You punk." I said, "Man, they punking me because I thought that was just some TV stuff. I never seen nothing like that." And they were dressed like that. They had the little school for the kids. But, but the good thing about it is when I would pull up to them and I would ask them questions about what happens if I would ask them if the grid went down, what would you recommend I do? And they started giving me a list of stuff to do.
Oh, wow.
I bought an alpaca stove, and an alpaca stove that is safe to cook inside with it. It uses the kerosene lamp oil,
Oh,
and
that's neat.
you can actually cook on it. I asked some of them how they get electricity. The propane tanks.
Yeah.
They rig that up to something, and that's how they get utilities in their house. Some of them have propane, like propane stoves and propane refrigerators. Vegs, I kid you not. I went to one of their houses and I pulled up to the driveway and they had the garage open. You remember them old washing machines that had the wringer?
Yeah.
They had one of them. They had one of them washing machines sitting in the garage. So I got out my truck because I was like fascinated with the thing, right? Like I've never seen nothing like that. My grandmama had a wash and dry, but they still made us go hang stuff out of clothesline. But we never seen nothing like that, right? So it was making a noise, and I was like, "What is the noise?" The man that hooked up a lawnmower motor to the machine to make it spin, and then they would run the clothes through the little spinner thing.
Wow.
And
Ingenuity at its
I was
best.
like, "What?"
Dang.
Wait a
That's
minute.
cool.
Gail said, "Don't laugh." What I meant? Oh, Gail, I live in Indiana. I'm sorry. My Renaissance, I would have loved to find land near the Amish because I'm old. I need help with building some things. Man, those folks can build some stuff.
Yeah.
They can build some stuff. Could you
Yeah.
give me some
Something that
tips
everybody else would take a month to
on
build, they'll have done in like 2 days.
that list, please?
That's because
Lord,
they come together as a community to build
they
whatever they're gonna
do.
build. And if there's 10 of them they're gonna build, they're gonna build one first. When they
Mhm.
finish that, then they build as they go.
And their
And
kids are trained from when they're little how to do it.
Right.
well,
So
I
everybody
found
knows.
out the school there that they had here up in Zena's area, their kids go to school from first grade to eighth grade. That's it.
The ones
After
here
the eighth
too.
grade, the boys go to work and the girls, go in and doing what all the women folks do. But I was like eighth grade, and here we is spending all this money on what?
Right. Do I really need to use did I really need that geometry in my daily life? I mean, I need geometry, but not that level.
Yeah,
I needed
I
the
would
geometry
love.
they told you in like 3rd grade, measure measure the area and multiply. I did not need high school geometry.
Hold on, Janice. I'm finna call you Goodman now. I'm sorry. Gail said, "Don't laugh." She used one of those watches. Gail, dog, I'm not gonna even lie. I asked that man if he could get me one. He said it cost about $600. If I was serious, he would get it for me. I was like, I wanted one of them watch machines.
He was gonna modify it for you.
It was gonna be just like the one that he had. And then he also gave me a book through, I think it's called Keystone, where they order all of their say for instance, you know how you have bed lamps, the lamps on your bed, they're all battery operated, and all you need is a generator to charge the batteries. Everything that they have was in that book was battery operated. And I've never seen a battery operated lamp. Lawn Lifter said, "Could you give me some tips from that list, please?" What list are you talking about, Lawn Lifters?
Your list.
I'm just saying, like, what list? Sarah laughing at my riddle son grandma. Lawn Lifter said, "We moved to Houston. They work together. Oh, they do. And you know what? They
Hey,
work
Bougie.
together. Hey, Bougie.
Bougie!
I used to hear Amish and have a family that are my best friend. I got to give it to Amish. You know how they tell you um the Amish will work for whoever? The Amish will work for whoever long as you paying. But they keep their business and their family. They don't fool with nobody unless they doing business with you. Other than that, they keep it in their community. Yeah.
Go
But
there,
they
work, go home. They're not there to make friends. They're
no.
friendly,
I
but
went to one of them houses one day and it was snow on the ground up there. I pull up now and I see blood all over the snow. And I'm looking around like, do I need to get out my
I would have some reservations.
Dang, and the little kids were just outside walking, just stepping on the blood like it wasn't nothing, like it was just nothing. So when the man came out, his name was Aaron. When he came out, I said, "Aaron." He said, "You got package for me, Miss Pam?" I said, "Mm-hmm." He said, "What's wrong?" I said, "What's that on the ground?" he said, "I'm butchering a cow." And he pointed over there to the garage and I saw this thing hanging. I said, "Hurry up, get your package so I can go."
But now you wish you would have stayed, right?
Yeah, because I wish I had learned.
Yeah.
I was like, look, my whole little brain couldn't comprehend that. I was like, dude got a whole cow, skipped them, and blood everywhere. I'm like, we're not doing this today.
Mhm.
And them
You
folks had massive gardens out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
they had massive gardens out there. I would come home with a truckload of tomatoes. I'm like, why y'all keep giving me tomatoes?
That's the easiest thing to grow.
Yep. Welcome to the
That's what they
country.
say. That's what they say. I can't even see the comments. My eyes so watery.
Gail helped him butcher.
Gail
Look at
said,
her.
Gail. See, you tripping. You sound
I mean,
I'm sounding like my granddaughter now, James, Jimmy, and my kids, because we've been watching this lady dispatch chickens. And I was like, oh, I think I can do that. The kids, we gonna do that. The kids said, grandma, I I help you get the eggs, but I ain't butchering no cow, no chicken.
nope. I've helped. I mean, like Sarah said she helped her husband dress a deer. I've helped skin squirrels, but cows
That's
are
squirrel
big.
is easy.
Hmm?
The squirrel is easy.
Squirrel
I
is
said,
really easy.
Squir-
I mean,
squirrel
I'm a
and
squirrel
rabbit,
kid.
squirrel and rabbit are easy.
Yeah.
James, I see African Dreamer with that rabbit. I hurry up and turned off his video.
I missed that one.
He did it on the video. I was like, oh no, I ain't watching that. I
I don't, I
can't
don't,
do.
I don't skin a
Ooh.
few deers myself.
I think she talking to you, almost.
Used to.
I think she was talking about from when she helped her husband dress a deer, help
No,
skin
I'm
it.
not talking about Sarah. I'm talking about Gail. She said she lives in
Oh, I
Milwaukee
live
now.
in Milwaukee now. I didn't even see that. Oh, neat.
I use the fat to make so. See, Sarah, you can keep that. I don't want none of that. I'd rather just go get me some hot water and put some baby oil in it and pray I get clean.
Nah.
I can't do it with eggs. I cannot do it. My granddaddy came home one day and he was saying, my grandmama said, because my grandmama called my granddaddy Tampa. So he said, Tampa, open that door for Tampa. I'm like, why we gotta open the door for him? I open the door for my granddad. He comes dragging this big black bag in with a deer in it. And I'm looking at him like, I'm not eating that.
Wow. You know what, though?
Jags, they turned me into a vegetarian real quick.
The
We
first
need Joe Gardner in here.
I
This
brought
is
some.
that for him.
I brought the deer in and started. Why she already cooked? I think they was eating chicken and stuff. And I took and cooked up the deer. She said, I ain't eating that. I ain't eating that. I diced it up and everything, fried it up, put it in gravy and everything. And she said, well, let me just taste a little bit. She tasted a little bit and ain't stopped eating it yet.
Baby, I ain't never had a deer. I ain't never had rabbits. My granddad and them had the rabbit hanging on the clothesline, talking about go outside and get the dinner. And I goes outside. Now I'm 15 years old. I'm like, why is dinner outside on the clothesline? I go outside and see this thing hanging on that clothesline. I was like, dude, what we having? What vegetables we having? I can't do it. Sarah said she ran everybody out the house. Lord works. See, I can't eat lard.
You can't eat
I,
lard?
I don't eat pig.
Is lard from pigs? What is lard from?
Pig.
From
Is it really? Why doesn't it taste as good as bacon grease? It's from a pig.
Because it's processed.
I'm not doing it. My
Oh.
relative grandma said my face may be tore up, but I think I can. And I can do anything. No, ain't nobody using no pig. I'm so glad Jay said we can't have pigs in Georgia on the land.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Pig.
I didn't say you couldn't have.
I
That's
can't
your
have them.
neighborhood, right? Isn't that what
I
you
said
said,
I
Jace?
can't have.
I can't have them neither. I'm waiting on Lon Listers to tell me what list that he was talking about.
Remember when you went to the Amish house and you asked him how to
okay.
that
Hold
comment was
on.
right after
Maybe
that.
I can show it. Let me step away 1 second. Hold
Right.
on.
Like Gail said, the bacon is cured. Yes. That's one reason I have a different taste, because it's cured. Bye, you sugar. How you doing? I'm glad you're up here, Janet, because many times we done talk as homestead, the almost homesteading, and I never knew who you was. And even when I saw you today, I still didn't know who you was.
Wow.
Now I know who you are.
Yep, it is I.
Yes.
Lawn lifter.
It is kind of weird that I've never been on actually like live with you because we go live on the same places.
Hold
Yeah.
on,
But
y'all. I'm
it's
gonna
never
turn my
same time.
camera around so Lawn lifter can see this alpaca stove. You see it?
A pack of soap.
It's an
Hold on,
alpaca
Tampa,
stove.
can you make you big?
Me?
Yeah.
Hold
Do you
on.
know how to make it so your picture is the one that fills the thing?
No,
I
I'm on the
don't.
phone.
I don't know how to do anything on StreamYard.
I'm on the phone. How to make me big, Jet?
Oh, you on the phone?
Yeah.
Oh, can you even do that on the phone?
I don't know. I don't never do nothing from my phone.
I know. I'm on
I
my
do a
cell
few
phone.
videos.
So.
That's it.
But can you see it?
Yeah, we can, but like the word for where it says Tampa's Creek Homestead is in the way, so I can't. I don't know about everybody else, but in my view, you can't actually see the stove because your words are in the middle of it.
Oh, that's a
Hold
stove. I thought that was some kind of soap.
Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Okay.
There you
I'm
go.
big. I'm big. Now can you see it?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay, it's an
so it's
alpaca stove and it's a kerosene cooker. It uses the kerosene lamp oil. It has the wick and everything.
okay. So that's
And
really kind of similar to like the kerosene heaters that my grandparents used to have.
Tampa, you know my birthday this month, right?
okay, what day?
My birthday's on 24th.
Okay, let me see how I put everybody back on there. Okay. The 24th of March.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to get you after the 24th.
Oh.
Hey,
I was there.
Gail was
My
asking
grandmother's
you.
birthday on the 25th. I told you we're going down there to celebrate them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she'll be 92 years old, March the 25th.
Ooh.
Yep. I
That's
called her
awesome.
today and said, Grandma, she said, yes, ma'am. I said, you know, I'll come down there for your birthday. She said, yeah, you got to dress up. I said, dress up in what? So I can't wear no jeans and a t-shirt. She said, nah, you got to dress up, right? I said, well, okay, I'll dress up. Can you make me a homemade pound cake so I can bring it back with me?
She's got to pay you with something if you got to dress up. That's only fair.
Hey.
I know. She was like, yes, okay.
Thank you, Sarah.
Sarah's gone.
No. She was
happy
telling me happy
birthday.
birthday.
Oh, Gail, happy birthday. That's a blessing. Sarah, I'm
My
supposed to
sister
just turn
turned
98.
98. Oh, all right. 98.
Hey, Pam, Gail asked what community of Amish you went to.
Now, my Renaissance grandma, you're getting in my business. You're getting in my business, my Renaissance.
Getting in between you and the stove.
Who asked that? You said Gail?
Yeah.
Gail, I don't know the name of them, but I do know it was two groups. One of them was the ones that walked around in the buggy, and a few of them had cars. So I think that the ones that had the cars was like Mennonites. Yeah.
Nice.
So
where were they?
They were up in Butlerville, Zenas, and North Vernon area.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll probably tell her what she was looking for, because the Amish seem to settle in like clumps. Like there's a clump in Rockville, which is like a little north of me, straight west of you, Tampa.
Okay. Well, all I know is I never seen an Amish buggy. And these Amish buggies got lights on them. They got blinkers on them. So I was like, this is fancy.
Yep.
And the horse just riding down the street, duking all over the street. And I'm like, oh, this is so gross. Who gonna pick this stuff up?
I'm
Yeah, it's a
surprised they
whole
didn't have
new,
a bag on
whole
them.
new experience here.
No, they leave that stuff in the middle of the street, and I'm like, oh, y'all so gross. But them tomatoes, them green tomatoes they used to give me, oh, they be so good. I come home right on home and slice them up and fry them. But they do more water
Mm-mm-mm.
bath canning than they do pressure canning.
Which
And
makes
then
sense.
yeah, and
Because
then the
pressure's more gadgety.
Gail said they're called them they call them churches.
The clumps.
Okay.
That what a good way to OD. That's the best
Now,
ever.
I learned about rhubarb through the Amish. I've never heard of a rhubarb till they started talking about rhubarb pie.
Mm-hmm. Did you get to
And
try any? No.
if I want to try no deer, no rabbit, no squirrel, no turtle, no frog, you think I'm gonna try rhubarb? And I don't know no.
Rhubarb is a plant. It's like, what is it like? It's like,
Do anybody
I
in
don't
the
know.
group in the chat grows rhubarb?
We had some that grew wild, a place where we lived when I was a kid. But I was super little. I was like, we moved out of there when I was about 4, maybe. So I don't really remember it very well, but I know it's like a stalk, kind of like celery a little bit. But it doesn't taste or have the texture of them. Hey, Mackenzie.
Hey.
How you
This is
doing?
my other half of Tampa's Creek homestead. This is Miss Mackenzie. Almost homestead. So how you doing?
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good.
She
Awesome.
I bought her this little sketchy pad thing from Five
Oh,
Below. So she done started leaving me messages when I wake up in the morning. She be like, "Good morning, grandmother." And then when I come home, "Welcome back, grandma."
aw, that's awesome.
So tell everybody how you felt when you went to Miss Sarah's house to work in the bees.
Scared.
And what else? Did you like it afterwards after you calmed down?
A little.
You did. Now, what did you tell me the other day? You want to do what?
Go back.
So what do you
Miss-
think, Mackenzie? Should I try it? Miss T
Just
and
to
I
try
are
the
have
bees?
been too scared, but you seem braver than us. What do you think? Should Miss T and I try it?
You think they should do it?
Maybe.
Maybe. You
Fair
gonna go
enough.
back with me and try it?
Yes.
You're gonna put the frames, pick the bees up and put them in the frame. And
Yes.
okay. Yeah, Miss
Awesome.
Sarah saying hi to you.
Hi.
And my Renaissance grandmother says hi. We don't know what
And
Jigs did.
Bouger Prepper said hi.
Bouger said hi.
Hi.
Everybody spells her name right. Tell Jigs, hey. That's the honey man up there. He said he the king of the honeys. Jazz, this the little princess of the honeys.
No. The princess don't be scared of bees.
She wasn't scared. Well, when she first got there, she was, and Sarah had to coddle her. So after that, she kind of warmed up. She got in the midst of it.
All right.
Tell everybody bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Mackenzie.
Have a good one.
Yeah, so I just introduced her. Everybody always see me, and they don't never see the other half of Tampa's Creek.
Yep, and she's important.
Yeah, unless we out there.
Aw, thanks,
Well-
lawn lifters. So you want to see something crazy? I'm pretty sure that this book is older than I am.
I can't see it. Let me see if I can
I
make it
think I
bigger.
have that book
Yeah,
I have a sign.
Okay, that says eating.
Eating from the
from the
Wild,
wild. I think I
Okay, let
have
me
that
write
book.
that down.
and it was published in 1975. It is
Right.
actually older than me.
Oh, that book older than me.
Yep,
That
not
book
a
older
lot
than
older.
you.
Yeah.
It's
James,
got.
I was born in 76.
Oh,
I was born in
Yeah.
80.
Yeah, I was born in 76, so
I was born in 90.
90 of what
I
century?
know. 90 minus what? Jax, my mom just turned 62 in January. I'll
I'm
be
older.
48 in May.
I'm older than your mom.
Yeah, she just turned 62.
You're
Gail
not older
said
than
ain't
my
nothing.
mom.
Gail said ain't nothing
Hmm.
older than her.
Dirt.
This earth. Yeah.
Yep.
Sure, Mackenzie.
Can I have
Yeah.
a sign?
So is there any other references
I'll be 63
this year? Yeah.
Yeah,
this month.
On the
you're
24th. He'll
you're
be 60.
considerably younger than my mom. My mom's 73, turns
No.
74 this year.
Well, my
Uh-oh.
mom is young. Yeah, she just turned 62.
Yep, my mom
And
was
I hated
almost
when
30 when she had me.
oh yeah, my mom was 14 when she had me, baby. And I hated when she came to school, especially middle school. All the little boys, girl, your sister fine. That is not my sister. And I'd be like, Mama, don't
Ooh.
come up here no more. Please don't come up here no more.
Mm.
And she be like, why? I said, because I'm sick of them little boys. How about you, my sister? Like, ooh, girl, your sister fine.
Are you really,
Sa-
Gail?
yes,
Awesome.
Sarah, I am 5 days older than you.
Ooh.
And I'm proud of it.
Hey,
Ugh.
I'm not
So,
complaining about my age.
exactly. Some folks don't even get to see that age. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They don't get to see
Exactly.
that
Old
at
age is a
all.
blessing.
You're right. I'm
Yeah.
trying to see 113.
My grandmother's neighbor that used to be the candy man, he died at 105.
Wow.
Yeah. He sold candy all the way up until he died.
Look at him.
Yeah. So
Um,
people
Did
ain't
you find
living
out
that
the
long.
secret of his long life?
I don't know. I'm probably not trusting the pharmacists and the doctors.
Probably.
Yeah. So other than
Me
that,
either,
okay.
Sarah. You
my
can't see
my
it in
great
this.
grandfather, they said he was 113, but they said he was older than that because they used to tell him about the Civil War.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
Sarah, I'm waiting to get my gray hair. I can't dye it neither. I'm waiting on it. I got one string and that was it.
Are you serious? I had more gray hairs than that. I had my first one. I think I was 25 when I got my first gray hair. I was
I got
young. I
one.
was mad.
Gail said I spent 2 months in the hospital and didn't know if
Oh,
I,
Gail.
but the Lord has me here for a reason. All praises.
Wow.
Yeah, Sarah said she got streaks.
My son, my son came out with a spot of gray hair. What I was trying to get all the time. I always the preacher that married me and my wife, he had a white spot right here. Everything else was black. And I said, I want that. I want that. I want that. I never did get it. And then
Your son
my
did.
son, when he was born,
How
he had a
cool.
little white spot right there.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah. I had a friend girl. When she was like 4 or 5 years old, she had gray hair. Till this day, she always try to dye her hair. Everything will die except her gray. Her gray will never die.
Hmm.
I said,
That's
girl, that's a
amazing.
reason. It's a reason why it won't die. It's not supposed to be die.
Yeah. Yeah, you know when the dye won't stick, that it's just not supposed to.
No, gray hair doesn't mean you're old anymore.
Thank you, Lawn Lifter. We
Yes,
appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Diggs, that's for you.
Yeah, you better
Yeah.
have good retirement money if you. I hope so.
Good point.
Gray hair is stubborn, and I'm waiting on it. My grandmother, she got a head full of gray hair, and it's so gorgeous. Oh, I be wanting me some. I be wanting to take my hands and go get me some dye, just dye my hair gray.
Gray hairs are like, they're so different. Like my regular, like my brown hairs are real smooth and fine, like a baby's hair. Like, but those white hairs, they
So
are thicker and they are crazy. They will not
gray
do
hair
anything you
turns
ask them
white.
to.
Hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that. Better use
Yeah.
that or you'll fry your brains over.
Uh,
My Renaissance grandma. I'm not putting no chemicals in my head. I'm just messing with you. And until God give me the gray, I will be this brown color that my hair is. But no, I'm not putting any chemicals in my head. I've been natural so long, it ain't. Yeah. But guys, do you all have any other recommendations that you would that you can think of, like far as resource wise, if the internet or the grid goes down?
have yourself a barbecue grill with some charcoal.
Kerosene,
Doubles
Have
as a
some
blacksmith
candles.
forge.
Have some
kerosene lamps with the
candles.
lamp
And
oil.
my we lost electricity in 2018, I believe. It was 17, 18 when our electricity was out. It was out for 5 days, but it didn't bother me. I took food out of the freezer, told them y'all ain't allowed to open up the freezers for nothing.
Mm-mm. Nope.
That stayed closed for the whole week. All the food that we were using was in the refrigerator up here in the front in the kitchen. You can go in there and get what you want, but you better not hold it open. You know, kids like to open up both sides.
And
You
scare.
ain't getting nothing out the freezer. What you open the freezer for? But they'll open both doors just to look. But I had my barbecue grill. We ate. We were warm. It was during the summer anyway, so we were warm and we got along. Then on the, I think it was that Thursday, that Friday, I got a generator, and the next day our lights was on.
But you know
Figures.
what? You know what, Jax? That reminds me when the power goes out, for those that don't pressure can or freeze dry or dehydrate, you should. Because
Yeah.
if you don't know how long your power gonna be out, and if you got meats and stuff in your refrigerator, it's not gonna stay frozen regardless if you keep it closed. You should be able to preserve that food and make it shelf stable, because you can pressure can meat, you can pressure can chicken, pork, beef, turkey, you can pressure can all of that.
I want
You
a
can,
freeze dryer.
yeah, you can freeze dry it too. But in the event, I think everybody should have a pantry with those type of preps,
Yep,
not just
true.
non-perishable or freezer foods. You need something that's going to sustain you, because you don't know how long your power going to be out. We don't
Right.
know how long any of the stuff that's going to happen going to be out, you
Yeah.
know. And that's the reason why I was talking about the book recommendations, because you never know what you're going to need to reference.
Yeah.
Like, I have a lot of wood shop books, know how
Yeah.
to books, you know.
I have some of those.
And
They're good.
yeah, so you really just don't know, you know. And I have, before I lost everything else last year, I had 2 years worth of food in case in an event something. And I
Yeah.
had 1,000 some cases of water that I literally had to get on Facebook Marketplace and put up there free water because I didn't want to take all of that to a storage.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it devastated me when I
And I
lost
know
all
they
that rain.
came.
Oh, they came with truckloads, baby. people, people was coming and they thought it was a joke, and I was like, "No, it's not a joke." My
Mm,
garage was open, and you see nothing but water
Right.
because I was
that's good
buying
though.
it by the truckloads and cases.
Uh, Bougie is in the basement.
Oh. Hold on, hold on. I didn't know. I'm sorry, bullshit. I
Hey,
saw.
Oh,
I'm
hello,
sorry,
hi,
bullshit.
hey.
I
hi,
didn't know. I'm sorry.
Papa.
I just looked over there and I saw that. I just saw the red dot. I said, "Oh, let me look."
Honey Stanger. Hey,
Hey, yeah, Bougie.
I
Oh,
heard
Oh,
Bougie,
I
you.
you
didn't
was
see your
sending me a
message.
I said,
Sorry.
private
wait,
chat.
she's talking my talk now.
Yeah, Bougie. Let me read this right here. Lawn Lifter said, I can run a razor and electric clippers on my gray hair. They still sound like ingrown hair that you can't remove. What?
They're so different.
Yeah. I've been waiting. Bougie, you prep like I'm talking about?
No,
Oh, you don't?
that's why I came up here.
Oh,
Hey,
Gail
Sarah.
said she has about
Um,
3 years worth of food.
oh wow. Yeah, I mean everybody preps different. There is
Right.
no wrong or right way to I'm sorry. Hold on. I forgot the television was playing. I hope they don't.
Why she doing that? I'm not. I'm not a prepper. I'm a preparer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you should add prepping to your routine, Jigs. Even though it's not on the mass scale like some people do, because like I can send you a picture to your email of what my stock room looked like before I packed everything up. It looked like a Walmart. That's
Hmm.
how much. But I was prepping not just for me and Mackenzie. I was prepping for my children and grandkids because I didn't know if they had to come to my house or not.
Right.
Mhm.
I
So
got I got a container here in this house that I did back when all this mess started. When the big C
Mhm.
started, I got a big. It's about a 5 feet box, and I gotta go in there and check that stuff and see how's it doing because I haven't opened it since.
Now,
y'all see what?
what's the difference between a prepper and a preparer? Like, what's the difference?
I prepare for today and tomorrow. Prepare prepper prepare for long term.
Okay,
Well,
that's
we
the
do
difference.
both. We
I'm
have
That's why
somewhere
something
in the middle.
we do both. We have what we
that's why I'm
call
a
a working
preparer.
pantry. That we
I,
call
I
what we
can't.
call a working pantry.
Right.
That's the stuff that we rotate. We tell people to rotate their food.
Right.
So you actually still preparing for today. I mean, you might have some long term stuff because I've had rice that I had in a 5 gallon bucket for like 2 years, and I rotated in, you know, with the with our everyday use and stuff. So I think that's just a
I,
play on words. I don't want people to, confused between prepping and preparing and making it seem like it's some kind of, big difference
no,
between
there's
the
not a real
two.
big
And
difference.
it's not, it's really not. And prepping or preparing, whatever word you want to use, is really how you want to do it. What are you preparing for? What are you preparing for? And then how you want to prepare for it. And everybody prepares differently. So there's no, I would say the only wrong way to prepare is if when you're doing it and something happens to the food goes bad or like that.
Yeah,
Right.
Because
wasteful.
when I first started, the big channel was saying, put your rice in marlai bags and and I'm glad I didn't start because then I seen one in the gardeners just say, put it in a bucket with some bay leaves.
That's it.
Done. So it's just picking how you want to store your food and just making sure that it's done properly so that it doesn't go bad on you. But I don't want us to have a play on words or say this is right or this is wrong, to make people feel that they're doing something wrong. Because you got to remember, all of this, everything we see online is a suggestion.
Right.
And remember, even me, I ain't gonna be there to help you do crap. All right. So make sure that whatever you're doing for you want to make sure you can do it. Because no matter what I'm doing, I'm not gonna be there to help you, and neither are
That's right.
these other people. They're not gonna be there to help you. So make sure whatever you get, make sure you know how to use it and be able to move it around. Make sure stuff like that. You're able to move it around by yourself and be able to work it and all that stuff like that. So you
Preach
want
it, sister. Preach it.
to make it easy for everybody to be prepared. I don't do fear porn. I don't like the fear porn.
Right.
Yeah, we got to keep our head on the swivel, and we should know what's going on. But when we I mean, we're attempting to be prepared, but we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, and I might have stuff here, but I don't know if it's going to help me. I got it to keep some kind of normalcy. If something do happen, we could have some kind of normalcy, and have something. It's best for you to have something than to not have nothing at all.
That's it.
I'd rather you have something. And that's why we say rotate your food and get what you're going to eat. Don't get all of this stuff. And we like to look at the freeze dried food. Taste them things. Taste them. Please taste them. Because you get those freeze dried foods and stuff, and then you try to resuscitate them, and them things would be nasty as I don't know what. So make sure you taste them. Make sure
Yeah,
it's
that's
something
the
that
difference, Bougie, between buying that freeze dried stuff that you see offline, the bulk cans, the tin cans and stuff. I wouldn't want that. If I can't get my own freeze dryer to
Right,
preserve what I
right,
actually cook when I know how it tastes, I don't
right.
want that other store bought stuff because I
And
don't know what that
see what
is.
I mean? Look, you
Yeah.
don't want freeze dried stuff. That stuff is something that they push a lot in
Right.
the
Exactly.
prepper, what you call it. So that's why I'm saying prep how you want to. All this stuff
Right.
is just a suggestion. I have a little bit of everything. I don't know. I just lied. I don't do I don't can. I don't feel the need to can right now. I don't want to can, and I'm not canning. So
I don't
the canned
can.
food I have is from the supermarket. That's good enough for me right now.
That's what I was about to say. I don't can, but I got a big thing of Spam in there that's over 30 years old.
I'd eat
Yeah,
that.
I love pressure canning. I just really want to learn how to use the water bath cannon and the
Mm.
steam canner
Me
because
That's
I
what I
too.
also
probably would do once I start. I'd rather do the water bath canning
yeah.
if I do start doing it.
Yeah, so I like all of it. I just wanted to have different ways,
Mm-hmm.
because if you got a what is it? The propane cooker, the little
Mm-hmm.
cooker that you have the propane out,
Mm-hmm.
you can pressure can or water bath can on that if your electricity is not working.
Yeah, and I don't. My thing with the propane and stuff, you gotta have room for that stuff. I rather do the charcoal. I'd rather make room for that than the propane tanks and stuff like that. So I don't prep propane. I have some, but I don't do a lot of prepping with that because of the room that you need for
First
that.
of
Right.
all, you ain't putting no propane tank in your house no way.
No, you're not.
No,
No.
Hopefully,
Oh my
I hope
god.
you're
I
not.
mean
No.
on the outside, you would need somewhere to put that on the outside.
Good
Right.
night,
And
Sarah.
instead
Hi,
of
Thanks for
Sarah.
coming
good night,
in.
Sarah, on the outside, as far as that's concerned. And then
Yeah.
far as like generators and stuff, what are you putting on the generator? That's what you got to be mindful of to make
Yeah,
sure that
you're
that
not putting the
generator
generator in your house either.
You ain't
run
putting that in the house neither.
When I mean generator, I mean the ones that the ones that you could put in the house, not the gas or the
Now
more
you
like
can put a solar
yeah, that's
generator
what I
in
mean.
your
The
house.
Yeah, so
solar generators. That's what the ones I'm talking about. Because I don't have the gas ones. Be careful with those, y'all.
yeah,
But yeah, but
I
make
got that
sure
little
that you whatever you're
the
gonna
buddy
put.
heater. I
Yeah,
got the
yeah, I
buddy
have
heater.
one of those.
Yeah.
Oh, you ever use that?
It's still sitting in the truck since the day I bought it. I just
Let me
got
tell
it in
you
case I
something.
need it.
I went on the camping trip with Lead Farmer, and me and Tasha had a buddy heater. Mine was the smaller one. You know how you got the kind of wide one? I had the narrow one with the round head on it.
Right.
When I tell you that thing, I came with, I think 6 tanks. And I think she bought like 6, but no, I think she bought 6 and we used all our, put it this way, we used all of it for one night, one night.
You had that fellow. You had it turned all the way up. I don't.
I don't know
Even,
about all the way up, but the fact that you running through those tanks, you're gonna run through those tanks. So be
Yeah.
prepared for that. If you got one of those buddy heaters and you think you're gonna use it, please run it and make sure you got a what's those things called for to detect the
Carbon monoxide.
carbon
yeah,
monoxide.
make sure you have a carbon monoxide reader. But run it, please run it so you can see how long one of those cans lasts. We went through at least 6 cans each for the night.
And,
For
if I'm not
one night.
For your buddy heater?
going
Yes.
on the camping trip, I believe I would take the propane tank instead of the
big
small.
one. A big
Yeah,
one.
I'll
Yeah,
take
but I mean, like I said, those things they run. They take we burned a lot through the night.
What?
And I mean, just getting up and then you getting up and it's like changing the wood in the fire. You got to get up and because you're gonna feel when that sucker go out. When it's not running no more, you can
Right.
feel it had empty, and you got to get up and change it. So whatever you're gonna be prepping for, practice, practice. Use it, figure because once because sometimes when you think you're going to do something in a certain way and then you actually try to work that plan out and it don't work out the way you think it's going to work out, at least you know what plan A, B, or C is going to be when you're practicing and not when it's actually happening. And then you might don't have the things you need for plan B and C. So please practice with your stuff, turn them on, and do a thing of how you think you're going to use it if the lights go out or whatever the case is.
That's true.
Well,
I think that
I keep the buddy and I also keep a generator, and I got that solar. I mean that little. I forgot the name of that thing. It's sitting right up on the shelf.
Yeah, 2 to 3 hours only. Yeah, you're not going to get a lot out those buddy heaters. You're not.
Right.
I'd rather say get your wool blanket. Get your wool blanket.
That's it.
At least each person in the house should have a wool blanket. And then that could go with your other blankets, wool socks. I mean, that's how you what they call it? Layering.
Right.
Some
Oh,
layering.
baby, we got onesies. Me and the kids got onesies
Mhm.
and long johns.
Yep. Get you some long johns. They got long johns now with the fleece in them. Get you some fleece blankets. A way I found out to warm up the bed at in the wintertime is I have a thin fleece blanket. Put that over the sheet. You won't feel that coldness from the sheet.
Oh,
So you
that's
put
smart.
the fleece blanket over the sheet, and then you got your regular blanket that you put over you. But yeah, layer up. I think that would be the best way, in the wintertime. if you don't have like a fireplace or something, because your solar generators cannot run heaters. Those
Right.
mechanisms is you need too much energy to run them. And if you do have a big thing, it's probably not going to last you no more than a half an hour, if that. So you can't
Yeah,
run
that's
it.
why you supposed to. But you do know, Bougie, those kerosene heaters, the kerosene lamps, they can serve as a heater as well. Like if you in one room and you
Yeah.
close the door on that room, that lamp will keep that room warm.
Oh yeah, my grandparents had one of those when I was a kid, and they would use it they'd put it like in the bathroom when you before you were going to take a shower or a bath, and even on its lowest setting, that thing got that room hot,
Mhm.
and it
And
didn't
you can
use
make
so
those
much.
things.
Can you really, Tampa?
You can make them. I watched a
Okay,
YouTuber make them. She took a
that's
mason jar. You know the mason jar?
yeah.
Mhm.
She took a mason jar. She put the lamp oil in the mason jar. You know the little thing that has the wick that goes
The
in it?
lid.
The
Mhm.
lid. You can buy those separate and they'll screw on the mason jar.
Mm.
Mhm.
And you
That's
have your
brilliant.
wick, and then you have the little cover to go over top it. But you can make those. You can literally make them. Because if you
That's
go to
amazing.
Walmart now, you barely can find kerosene lamp oils.
Right,
Right.
right.
You
Yeah,
know
We
what
but
I
just
it
have
take me.
some for a old antique lamp we've got here, but it's not useful for, it probably wouldn't even light anything. Like it's just for prettiness. But that's good to know that you can do that with the mason jar.
But
See,
that's
things like
gold
that I think are the best. The best prep is knowledge. Like
books.
Yep. Yep.
because like knowing which herbs are edible, or knowing how to make your kerosene thing, like it lets you be resourceful no matter what happens. So I don't have, like, if you looked in my house, we've got maybe 2 weeks of food. We don't have a lot. My husband does keto, and prepping for keto life is complicated because everything's meat. And hey, you got the book. That's my, I don't know why I didn't show that to you, because that book is the best. Love it.
And
Love
I
it, love it.
just ordered
Yeah.
the what'd you say, Bougie?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, and I just ordered the Peterson Field Guide to Medicinal Herbs.
Mm.
Yep. That one's good too. Peterson's got they've got a really good guide to mushrooms as well.
Exactly. That's why I asked Jegs earlier, do he know any do he forage on his land? And he
Mhm.
said he hadn't started yet.
So
Yeah.
I got this one, healing mushrooms.
Okay.
Mhm.
I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if I want to recommend it or not, because it doesn't have any of the pictures in color, which
Okay.
Mhm.
so for
So you can really
identification
see.
purposes it's not good. But the cool thing about it is, like, for every mushroom, it's got this diagram showing which parts are useful medicinally for which things. And I've
Okay.
never found that anywhere else, where it tells you, like, the stem does this, the gills do this. Everything else is just like, yep, eat the mushroom. But
Yeah.
this one tells you what part specifically, so you can condense your, if you're making a tincture or whatever.
Yes, I
So
agree. I agree. My elder, I do the same thing. I don't like candles either. I don't prep candles. I have what I call the motion lights. I do
Okay.
the motion
Yeah.
lights. As I don't have little kids, but I don't even trust my adult kids with candles. We're having candles. Nope. I did find these candles, even though I still don't like them. It has oil in the bottom. It's sealed up, and it has the wick sticking out. And I could put a open dome over the fire like that. I got those, but I mean, if it tips over, it's got something covering the fire. But I don't like candles where they could tip it over, and I just don't like that idea. Because that's a
Gail,
whole nother problem on top of whatever else is already
I
going
know
on.
you already trying to say what you got. Gail Hooper Layman stores in Ohio, and it's a store that I want to go visit because
Me
the Amish
too.
sure recommend me
Me
going to that
too.
store.
Ooh.
I want to go there too.
Yeah.
I
They're
want
in
to go.
Ohio, and they also have an Amish flea market that's open to the public that you can go to. And I've
Really?
already
Ooh.
said I want to take a trip to go there. But
Yeah.
I'm
Grab
supposed
Sarah,
to
maybe.
find my Amish
uh-huh.
community over here by me. I looked one up. I think they're only like about 15 minutes away from me.
Wow. See, you real close. That Layman store has a portable washing machine that you use like a handle to wish your
Really?
clothes. Yes. And I
Mhm.
want to go
But
get that
you
thing.
know, they got portable washing machines that will run. I have one that will run on a, I believe if you have a 1500-watt battery, it would run it. I have to bring mine up here and plug it in. But all you got to do is add water with a bucket
Okay.
of water to it, and it runs. When I tell you that thing is good, I got it because the house was split, and I was here at the new house, and my daughter was still at the apartment with the washing machine and dryer. So I ordered the portable washing machine because it was just two of us here, and you know those things are thin. So I thought when I put it in the, I don't know why they call it part, but it's the rinse part. You can wash a lot, but the rinse part you might have to split the clothes in half. It's smaller. You only could put
Okay.
but so much in the wringer part. And I thought once I wrang the clothes, I was probably gonna have to. When I tell you that thing rang the clothes like a big washing machine, all I had to do was hang it up. And this is an electric one. I have to do a video one time and show it, but
Yeah,
they
do
are
that.
really good. I gotta see too how much watts it takes to run it. But I believe too with a 1500-watt, you could run a regular washing machine if you have running water. But that's the only thing if you have running water, and I don't know if the machine will if you could manually put water in it and it'll run. But the electric portable washing machines are really good too. They're really good.
Yeah, but see the one I'm talking about, bougie, it ain't electric at all. It's got the ringer, and you gonna
Mhm.
use your hand to wash your clothes
Yeah,
like
well,
the
you better
Amish
your
do.
arm better be ready for that.
I know I'm have look. I'm gonna have a kids out there doing acting like grandma. You want to do some exercise? Come on, Mackenzie. Here you go. Let me see your arm.
That's why they do it. When I first started prepping, there was a thing where it said to prep your body. Yep, prep for all that manual work you might have to be doing.
Yep. I don't
That's
really
it.
worry. Oh, sorry, Jags. What were you saying?
No, I said that's it.
Yeah. I don't really worry too much about the washers and things like that because I don't know about you all, but I've spent a lot of time washing clothes in the sink because money was tight and the
Mm-hmm.
laundromat was expensive. So I feel like there's lots of workarounds. But if I were going to be
Yeah.
something like, like for Tampa, like living on a homestead or like what we plan to, then I got to start looking at it differently. So I'm glad that you brought it up because it's one thing to do that for like a few loads here or there, but if you're trying to run a whole homestead and can your food and grow your food and all the things, you don't have time to spend all your time scrubbing underwear in a sink. You got to find better ways. So I'm glad that you mentioned that, Tampa. That got my little wheels in my head turning. Make
Yeah,
me
Ain't
think.
because
nothing wrong with a scrub board.
it's Shawn White and I bought one of those too. I actually got two, one for me and one for Mackenzie, because I'm gonna teach her how to use it.
Hey, hey, if you
So
don't use it in church, you can wash clothes with it.
yeah, because I remember Land Farmer 73 when he moved to his homestead, to Freedom Acres,
Mm-hmm.
and he was doing the tent thing and his camper thing. I want the land, and I was telling Almost Homestead that I can do a shed. I can get a shed brought like um
Yep.
Princess Leia got, and convert it into a house for me and Mackenzie. because I don't have to have all this extravagant stuff. I had all that.
You want
I'm
like
getting old.
a tiny home, a tiny home.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
the sheds
we're
come
both looking at those.
16 by 52 and it can be converted into a 2 bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah. So
You said a 15 by 52?
a 16 by 52.
That's still pretty long.
Yeah. And the shell without anything in it is about $10,000.
Yeah, about the same here. We looked at them earlier this year, and that was about the average here too, because that's our plan. James and I were talking about that yesterday. Like, we pay all this money in rent, and we're not getting anywhere because all our money goes to rent. Like, it would be better to live in a shed like that on our land and save up that money to make a life
That's
instead
it.
of just pay it lying in a landlord's pocket.
Go
Which, like,
to
luckily I have good landlords, but
go to Shed to House on Facebook. Follow that group, and everybody that's getting those sheds are turning them into houses in that group. Go join that group. You'll get some good ideas.
awesome.
I'm
Awesome. I
always
wrote
in
that down.
group. Yeah, that's how I found out about the shed because, like Boujay said, the tiny houses. I was thinking about the tiny houses, but when you said what you just said, go to Shed to House,
Mhm.
join that group, and go from there. Yeah.
Awesome. I will be on there tonight.
What is a glass scrub board?
I never heard of that.
A glass strap board?
Either. The
I
glass scrub board.
Yeah, the like the regular metal scrub board.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's also a glass one,
Why is
but
it
not
glass?
too many people get it. But it's still a
Why is
scrub
it
board.
glass though?
It's a hard glass. It's not thin glass.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I just saw Gail said it. Renaissance Grandma said a washboard, but I've heard of washboards. I've heard
Yeah.
of the wood ones, the metal ones, and the plastic, but I've never heard of a glass one.
Well, the thing with the glass one, it doesn't rust out. The metal one rust out.
Practical.
But if you take and you drop it or you hit it with something, it's gonna bust. But it's thick. It's thick glass with the ridges in it.
That's interesting.
I believe my grandmother used to have one when we went
Do
to
you
New
have
York.
a clothes rack? Because I started
Yes, I do.
to stop using the dryer.
I got
Did you
two of
really?
them.
The clothes, yeah. Your clothes last longer too.
Yeah.
And they don't fade out as much when you don't use the dryer.
I know, Bougie. You ain't got to remind us.
It's just, it's just creating, doing some of the things that you say you would do if the power goes out. Like, go
Yeah.
ahead and do them now.
Look, that's what I'm
wait?
saying. You ain't got to
Do them
remind me.
now.
My grandmama had a washer and a dryer and had a clothesline out there, baby. And we be out there hanging clothes.
Yep.
You know what we used to do at my
Every day
mother's
it
house?
wasn't frozen.
We would use the dryer in the wintertime, but hang the clothes outside in the summer. That's what we
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
We didn't use the dryer in the summer. We would hang the clothes up outside.
Every
Baby, they
time.
hung them out. The Amish hang theirs out in the winter. They hang it
I've
out.
seen
If the
people
sun
do
is
that.
out,
I've seen people
yeah.
do that.
if the sun is out, they hanging it out.
I've seen them do that.
Yes.
So I
And
got
I
a
was like-
question. So Jakes and Bouger, you're way farther along in your prepping, preparing, not prepping
Bye,
journey.
yo.
So what do you think that Tampa and I should focus on learning? Like what
What do you want to
skills do you
learn?
think are the most
you're
important?
preparing for your
Almost
house.
upset.
What
I
do
can
you
answer
want to
that.
learn?
Huh?
I can answer that almost because he already told me that. Get your house established.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess I don't want to be sleeping out in the rain. So
Yeah, he said,
okay.
get your house
I'll learn about housing.
established.
What do you want to learn? What do you want to do? What are you preparing for? What do you want to prepare for?
I want to be prepared for basics. It like, the kind of preparedness that's versatile, not like, the government's going to invade my house today kind of prep, but like what if my husband loses his job? What if we have an economic collapse? What if this? Like something that's broad. I want to be able to live.
Well,
So for me,
you want to
like,
be able to thrive if
right.
you said that you're talking about economics, an economic collapse. Are you getting silver, gold? You're talking
No.
economically.
What I've been doing, which I don't know if it's the right thing or not, is I've been really, really working hard at getting knowledge of medicinal plants, how to combine them, how to make them into medicine,
Right.
Hoping that I can bargain for things.
Right. Well, why you
because I'm
learning
not big
why-
enough to do labor.
While you learning those medicinal plants, could you go get some rice and beans and put it in the house?
Yeah.
That's it. That's storing up just the basics.
Mhm.
Rice, beans, you can eat that every day.
Yep.
Yeah.
That you can.
When you say
Rice, beans, some hot sauce are good.
how much do you want to have? For how long you want to, in case you lose the job, how much food do you want to have in the house for how long you may think you be out of a job? See, that's all the things you have to think of. Do you want 30 days worth of food, 6 months worth of food? Sit down and write those things out.
And if you're in the possibility of losing your job, make sure that house or that barn or whatever you in is yours.
Yeah. Well, right now we're renting, so we're really vulnerable. Like pandemic, when they put us on lockdown, we were really lucky because my husband only was off for 3 weeks, and then he was considered essential. But like, it really does a reality check on you on like what 3 weeks without a paycheck can do, because we couldn't get. My husband works in Illinois. We live in Indiana. Couldn't get through to unemployment to get unemployment done. Like 3 weeks was devastating for us.
So realistically, I would take and buy canning and everything is good, but you got to think about now. I would go to the store, buy beans, buy everything in the can that y'all eat, and I'll stock that up. Then the rice, noodles, stuff like that.
Water.
I will take and stock it up. Now this I can't move, but now when you go grocery shopping, you switch it out. You got 2 things of rice, you take it out, put 2 things of rice in. Rotate.
Yeah, rotate it.
Now me, I'm be serious. Me, I've got stuff in that container that's been in there since 2019, and I haven't even touched it. I don't even know what it looks like in there right now.
Yeah.
I've never went back in it since then. I've stacked stuff on top of it so that nobody else will go in there. So I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what's in there. I don't know whether something done crawl in there or not.
And make sure you have something. Well, it's all according to what you prepping for, what you might need. But work on at least having 30 days worth of food in the house. Work on that first. Don't worry about
you and your husband, or do you have children?
It's just me and my husband and the cats.
Well,
But if there was a disaster, yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, right now they're pets. At some point, they might be dinner. But we have 2 kids that we fostered, and in a crisis, I think that they would get back here.
Yeah, well then prep for them too.
We need to prep for a family of 4.
Right.
Yeah. Elder said rice and beans won't do much if you don't have any.
And one thing to it is,
so make sure you have.
You might eat a big old plate of food now, but if something happened, you need to learn to just eat just enough.
You need to learn to do that now.
You don't need to take good example. If you eat 6 Whoppers for dinner, now that it's dinner time and it's a crisis, you need to learn to eat just 1 Whopper and save the one for the next day.
Facts.
That's hard. But
it's easy. I had to train me and Mackenzie like that. I really did.
try to keep track of everything you have so you don't buy double stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as far as rotating stuff out, that's where things get complicated for me. And I would love any advice if anybody's got any. Because the things that you usually store, my husband can't eat because he's doing keto. So like your rice, your beans, your things like that, we can't really rotate them out. How would you recommend storing them?
Can I
so
tell
that
you
we
something?
don't
Can
have
I
to-
tell you
What does
something?
he eat when you say
Can I
he eat
can I tell
keto?
you something right quick?
Mm-hmm.
As they say, if SHIT hit the fan,
Yeah, then he won't be keto anymore.
keto goes in the trash as well.
But as far as like rotating it now,
But do
like,
you
Wait,
eat
first in,
beans
first
and
out.
rice?
Okay, what does he eat? That
He
you
eats
can't
meat and vegetables
meat
and
so
dairy.
You can't freeze the meat and the
Yeah,
veggies.
that we can do. That we can do.
you
And I have a
freeze
decent
the meat
supply of meat.
and the veggies.
That's it.
Put ice bags. What do you got the refrigerator freezer or deep freezer?
We got a deep freezer, and because of when we had the 4 days of power out, they actually have like bags of ice from the gas station still in there to help keep them cool in case anything crazy happens.
Put bags of ice on the bottom, so in case it go out, you'll have the ice that'll help keep the freezer going. Freeze. Get the meat. Go to the meat market and buy bulk if you can, and freeze it.
That's it. You buy chicken. Get the big bag of chicken, and it's just you two. Count what? 4 pieces to 5 pieces each. Put that in a Ziploc bag. That's one meal. And do the same thing until it's all in a bag.
On meat, I think we're probably the best. Like we have the best store of meat of anything. I was wondering, like, as far as the dried goods, is there any good ways you guys know to store them where they won't? Somebody said something about a bay leaf earlier.
Yeah, bay leaves.
5-gallon buckets or mason jar glasses.
That's
leaf.
in, they talking about the bay leaf inside the rice and stuff.
In a 5-gallon bucket. Yeah.
And that keeps like the ants out because we have ants.
Yeah,
I haven't done the ant trap this year.
Yeah.
They keep most bugs away. But
Right,
like the beans and everything.
What I do is put the bay leaves in the bucket in the bottom first. Put the rice. Put some bay leaves. Elder, she just did it. I do it the same way she did it. She just showed it. Put the bay leaves in. Put rice. Put some more bay leaves. Put rice, and then put bay leaves on the top and your oxygen absorbers, and then close that puppy up.
You're layering.
I write on the outside with a marker the year, the month and the year, and what kind of rice it is, because I get the jasmine and the basmati.
That's smart.
And brown rice do not keep long, so don't waste your time.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's
good to know.
Don't waste your time. It don't keep long. Yeah.
Okay.
But if
does he have to have fresh vegetables or canned vegetables?
He can eat canned vegetables. He can only eat certain vegetables. Any that are sugary he can't have, like no carrots, no corn.
So the rest of it, can he get it in the can? The ones that he can eat, can he eat it out of the can?
Oh yeah. Green beans.
We'll get those.
Tomatoes. We have a lot of, we go to Sam's Club sometimes because they got a discount at his job.
Yeah.
But that's a good point. I need to grab
stuff.
some more.
Do you
eat rice and beans?
Me? Absolutely.
Yeah. Well,
I the hell out of some rice and beans.
So instead of getting a 5-gallon bucket, they sell 3-gallon buckets. You can fill those up with rice.
That is true.
Yeah. So
I just don't eat enough to, like, it would take me 2 months to go through a small bag of rice. I don't eat it that much.
Yeah, well,
but then you already know you'll have it in a 3-gallon bucket.
But yeah. As far as as a prep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But you just know you have to rotate it. You know, even with the canned goods, you have to rotate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's easy, but yeah.
Ooh, brown rice will only go about 6 months because it goes rancid.
Exactly. Ew. It does. It doesn't keep well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's YouTube videos. It's a whole lot of knowledge on how to keep certain things. They got lists out there, and you just have to do the research.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
just make sure it's something that you want to do. Just because somebody's
exactly.
showing you something don't mean you have to do it, or just because somebody said if you're preparing, you should be doing this. No, you can prepare however you want to.
You do what suits your family.
Yes.
That's the same thing with gardening too. When I came on here, there was a lot of people just planting up a whole bunch of stuff, but they wasn't eating it. They did it for the YouTube. Me, I plant for me and my family. I don't plant for YouTube.
Yeah.
Facts.
I mean, that somebody said that to me too. When I was at the apartment, I was started out on the balcony, and only got a couple of bags out there. So somebody left a thing and said, you can go and ask the older person if you could use. I'm like, who told you I wanted to do all of that? Who told you I wasn't fine with my 5 little bags on this balcony? You need to stop minding my business. Yeah. But yeah, you gotta have.
Did you have your fist balled up when you said that to them?
Huh?
Did you have your fist balled up when you said that?
No, I'll be nice to people.
I'll
be typing the nice stuff and saying you mind your business. Thank you for visiting.
I know.
But yeah, you gotta be able to be okay with whatever you want to do. It's your garden, your house. Like I said, those people is not going to be there with you doing nothing.
Right.
Right, bio. I love Bougie too. Her name fits up, Bougie.
The only one you got to worry about is you and your husband, and hopefully your husband take part in what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
And there you go. Team works better together than singly.
Yep. He's been working on the skills like blacksmithing and leatherworking.
Nice.
He's more of the not practical, but
hands-on.
Different. Yeah, more hands-on stuff. I do all the learning about gardening and herbs and stuff. And like if we're out, in the like taking a walk, then I'll be like, oh, this is blah blah blah, and then he gets real interested. But it's smart to divide and conquer.
Yeah. And
he balances me out as far as how we prepare for things. That's good.
Cool. That's cool.
Am I going to Soil Family Expo? Not this year. We're a 2-car family, but one of the cars is not reliable enough to either take for the trip or to leave here for my husband to go to work with. So next year I really want to go.
I'll be happy to see.
Thanks.
Because I will be there.
I'll live vicariously through everybody's videos while they're there.
Be there with my jar of honey.
Yes.
Bakery, I gotta get with you because we almost out of honey, and I want to get yours instead. I'm trying to learn to go back to the mom and pop. Get out of the big stores.
Right.
Get off of the big A and try
that ain't
to
no real stuff, no way, but boo.
I know. That's why I'm trying to get. I finally went to a farm that actually that's local, and they do they're called Happy Cow. They do the milk without all of the crazy stuff in it, and the butter, and they actually wrap the butter in the paper. Remember the old way?
Yeah.
And the paper, you get a big piece like this.
But Bougie,
butter.
Just to let you know, if you can get some goat milk, that's even better than the cow milk.
I don't mess with nobody milk. None. I ain't no calf and I ain't no goat, so I drink neither one.
Well, you can still make the butter out of the goat milk.
When you
I don't do stuff like that. I do that. I do the cheese. I do cheese. I like my Munster cheese. But as far as like drinking it, nah. Nope.
Jags, when you had your goats, did you make butter and cheese and milk?
If my wife was in it the way I am, yes, but she's not in it the way I am.
Mm.
So I basically drunk the milk. That's basically it.
Did you do the raw milk?
Yeah, you don't pasteurize. If you pasteurize, it's not regular milk anymore. That's
Okay.
the same thing as honey. If you put heat to honey, it's not really honey anymore.
Same with
kill-
most of your oils that you use for balms and lotions.
Right.
You have to be cold pressed, or they're not the same anymore.
Once you put heat to it, it's not the same. You
Oh,
lose the
that's what cold
benefits.
press mean is no heat. No heat was put to it, so it keeps its original.
Right.
Okay. So now when you making, so you're saying, because I want to learn how to grow the lavender, and I want to do. So you're saying if I want to use the oils, not to heat it up.
No, for most of your oil infusions, you can, but they say the best way, like you can do a quick infusion where you put it on lower heat, not boiling or anything,
Right.
and it gets infused in like 8 hours. Or the better way is, of course, to put it in a jar, the oil and the herb, set it on a windowsill, leave it for like
in
6
the
weeks.
sun.
6
Oh,
to
I
8
thought
weeks.
you were gonna say just put the jar in the water where it's not
That's
directly.
what I should have said that. That's what I mean when I say about the slow heat. It has to be like a
okay.
double boiler or
Right.
like
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Bio did a video on pressing almond oil.
Okay.
So you might want to
That'd be
go check that
interesting.
out. She did one. She did do a video on pressing almond oil.
Did
You
you,
know what I did?
really?
I bought a 5-pound bag of almonds, and I made almond milk. And when I tell you that milk tastes totally different from the store, I don't know
Yes,
what
it
you're giving
does.
us in the store, but
It's water.
it's totally.
It's
It
gross.
is. You're right
It's
about that.
gross.
Plus, to add sweetener, you can get the regular, you can get the sweetened almond milk.
We get the unsweetened. We don't mess with no
Right.
vanilla and no sweetened. We get unsweetened, but it's a big difference between when I made it and the one in the store. And I even like poured both of them in a glass and drank it after I made it. And I was like, wow.
Mm.
I
Did
don't
you
know what
did you do a video on that bio? I mean, Bougie.
I did. It was with the first channel. If I could find it, I'll be posted back up. It was
Yeah,
with
because
my
I
other
looked at that
channel.
video because I would love to learn how to make almond milk.
Yeah,
All you do
that'd be
is
cool.
just put it in a thing with some
Blender.
water in a blender.
Do
That
Jay, so you got
was
some black
it.
walnut,
With,
a black walnut tree on your
squeeze it
land?
out with a cheesecloth.
No.
Anything else is
I got
easy.
6 pecan trees I got to put in the ground now.
I would like to have a black walnut tree. They said it's the medicinal property for black walnut is good.
But you don't want it on land where you're going to grow anything because
Right.
I know
the
because it'll
roots,
kill a lot of stuff.
yeah. But if you have it in one corner of your homestead and your garden in the other, oh yeah, we had one of those when I was a kid. I was being able to go out and collect your own walnuts and crack them, and it was awesome.
So we
Oh, I'm
we can
thinking
do that,
hickory nuts, the
we
real
can do
hard
that.
one, that real
I
hard
gotta
shell.
find my. I don't know where my stuff is at.
But you see that, Bougie?
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah, I gotta
Okay.
find my stuff, sugar.
I would watch that happily. You want to hear something totally random and beside the point but funny? I have a friend that is Indian Canadian. She was born in India, moved to Canada, now is here in Indiana. And I was talking to her about the walnuts. And so we happened to be walking that day and we grabbed one. And I was like, okay, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take yours and mine home and I'll put them in a little nylon bag to dry. And then when it's all done, we'll crack it and you can, experience the goodness of a real fresh grown walnut. That was in October maybe. I still have 3 walnuts in my backpack that goes with me everywhere. We never remember to crack the walnut.
You owe her a walnut, don't you?
I do. I need to text her today and be like, Esvina, I'm so sorry.
Well, let me see. It's been since October last year.
Like, yeah, I think it was, I don't know. It was coldish.
Gail,
Yeah,
thank
that's
you
Maybe
for
when
coming
November,
in.
maybe December.
That's when
I don't
they
know.
fall around it when it's cold out.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I think they'd still be good because they've been inside all this time, hanging out, in my backpack, rolling out randomly at inappropriate times, but otherwise just cozy, living their best life.
Do they still have the shell on them?
Yeah,
I'm talking about the green shell.
it's not green anymore,
Okay.
but yes, totally intact. Otherwise, they'd be dyeing everything in my backpack with their stuffs.
So let me ask y'all this so we can get ready to shut it down. We've been on here 2 hours and 5 minutes.
I'm so glad that I happened to come in here and see that you were live. This was awesome.
Well,
really
I
appreciate this.
it. I appreciate it. It started about books, which we got some good recommendations. I'm gonna
did.
look into those books. But I was watching The Homesteading Family with Carol and Josh. And they did a live with another guy that does oil press. The where they take the peanuts or the almond and press the oil out, and then it
Ooh.
becomes cooking oil. Do any of y'all do any of that, or do you all have you ever heard of that?
I haven't, but I'd like to.
Yeah,
That'd be
she has
interesting.
a video. They have the little machine. Like, say for instance, like you go to the store and buy peanut oil.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know it's not pure peanut oil. So when you get the peanuts, you'll press them in this machine and it'll
Mhm.
become oil that you can cook with. But you
Mhm.
only press
Amazing.
what you want to use to cook with because it lasts a week.
Yeah, isn't that special? You mean you can't put it away for the next 25 years?
Yeah,
I ain't
but
got-
but if you buy the seeds or grow the seeds, you can store those seeds.
I wonder if we can grow peanuts here. I don't know. Tampa, do you know if you can grow them this far north? Because
I
if
don't
so,
think
I
so.
totally want to try it.
I don't
First of
think
all,
so. Unless you do
I
it in
ain't
the
trying
house.
to grow nothing here. I'm trying to grow in Georgia.
I'm not going to Georgia. I can't convince my husband to move south, or we would already be there.
I think you can do
look,
it in the house. I don't think you can do it in Indiana.
Okay.
what about coffee beans?
My cousin grows those in Hawaii, so I'm guessing probably can't here.
We can't grow them here,
I
James,
don't
in
think
Georgia.
so.
What about
In
you,
Georgia, you
Maya?
can. I got some
Louis.
coffee beans now. I ain't put them in the dirt yet, but I got some coffee beans.
And you can actually, have you ever grew them, or is this going to be your first
No,
time?
I got them from a young lady, and I haven't planted them yet.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's
Same thing with these almonds. I mean, macadamians.
Oh,
I
I
ain't did nothing
love
with them yet
macadamia,
either.
especially with the cookies.
I don't know. I don't know if I've
Looking at
ever
the thing.
tasted a macadamia nut outside of a cookie.
Oh,
Yeah.
the cookies, the macadamia nut cookies are fine.
Ooh, those are good. I just don't think I don't know if I've ever tried the nut outside of it.
I gotta crack them and then let them soak for a while. Hopefully, a root grow.
Gail said that
That's like
peanuts
sand.
like sand, and Farmer and Maldovi grew them. Look what I found, y'all, today at Joann's.
Oh,
Oh, the Girl Scout cookies. Oh my goodness. Did you get
nice.
the
But they're
butter
not
ones?
thin mints.
Those are
What?
dangerous. The butter
I-
ones, those are dangerous.
I know I've been looking for every time I go or see them, they always sold out of these. These are the ones that
Okay.
I like.
They had some lemon ones once. I don't think they still do them anymore, but those lemon ones were good.
They still have them. They had them today.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm
They
gonna have to
still
go to
have 'em.
Walmart tomorrow and find my little Girl Scout friends.
That's where I always be at, in front of
Just go to the main door. Just go to the
Yeah,
main door.
Right? Oh
Uh-huh.
yeah. Every time I go in there for anything, I'm assaulted by all of the Girl Scouts. Yep. Bayou saw them too.
Good night, Gail. Enjoy your
Good night,
evening.
Gail.
Good night,
Yeah,
Gail.
they was at Joanne's today, Bio. So,
Oh, I
but
always thought Joanne's was safe.
first of all, I wasn't expecting because soon they, usually they standing outside the building.
Yeah.
I walked in the building and they was in the inside standing up on the side.
That's like an
opening it up.
ambush. I
So
mean,
now
you got to admit it's a brilliant strategy.
this
Well,
is the
what's-
project I'm working on.
Oh, that's
Nice.
fun. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's due tonight. That's why I was up. So I had to
Yep.
finish it up so I could submit the picture for her. But
You get your next square.
I know. I think Swoop with what is it? Swoop with me.
Swoop like me.
Like me.
She's on live now, and
That's right.
I
It's
don't
Yeah.
know that channel.
Saturday night.
yeah. So Jags, introduce your
Saturday
channel.
night, right?
Now in order for you to go to Swoop channel, you got to have an open mind.
I know that.
No,
I be on Swoop.
Almost
Oh, you talking
homestead.
about almost homestead? Okay.
Almost
Uh,
homestead.
Is it like Music Live or is not a
No.
political one, right? Not
It's a
political?
life live. It's a life live.
Okay, that's fine. As long as it's not politics, we're good.
No, it's not politics.
I do not enjoy talking about politics in my spare time. It does not bring me joy.
My
Not
Renaissance
politics.
grandmama. Together we all have
Look
a
at
wealth of
that.
information.
Yes, we do.
Facts.
Long as we have our elders, we have a wealth of information.
Also, I think a couple more lives
Thank
with
you,
this, and I'll
Bougie.
know how to spell Renaissance without looking at it.
Thank you, Bougie.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Bio, you could have got them doggone cookies. You need to support our little Girl Scouts. No, it's grown and sexy almost.
I'm fine with that. That's the only thing I avoid is politics. Anything else, I'm cool with.
Okay,
Okay.
then. You good.
Jags, introduce your channel. Tell them about.
J3GS Farms. I'm a gardener. I'm all around, really. I do some everything.
Mhm.
I'm better known for honey.
The honey slanging
That's
up.
it.
He tried to cut me and Bougie off real quick. 'Cause I felt what finna say it, Bougie.
The honey
No,
slanging
I thought Bougie was gonna say the other one, but
Oh,
I don't
That's-
even
that's
know.
fine.
Well, you know that's what I call you when I see you. I don't
that's
even know what the other one is.
that's that mango.
Oh, the mango. Oh, yeah. all I say is you're not permitted to eat on alive.
I feel like there's a story behind this that
Yeah,
I'll
there
I
is.
get the
Don't worry
story
about it.
out.
Don't
We're
worry
gonna
about
get the story out. We're gonna
I
get the
didn't even
story
see the
out.
video. I
Don't
never
worry
Speaking
about
of-
it.
Yeah.
Don't worry
Speaking
about
of stories that you missed, if you see Mike's Chaotic Gardening, ask him about the raccoon and the watch.
I don't want to listen to no raccoon story.
You want to listen to that one? It's oh my gosh.
But I'm
Miss
gonna tell
Shirley
you
and
the
I were
most
dying.
funniest raccoon story is if y'all ever seen The Incredibles.
The Incredibles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Jack
cartoon.
Jack and Violet
Yeah.
and
Well, Jack
Mhm.
Jack finally got his
Of his powers.
powers,
Yeah.
and he was beating the snot out that raccoon. The little raccoon was stealing a piece of chicken out the garbage can, and Jack Jack got mad and went through the door and he tore him up.
I must have watched that before I had raccoon-based trauma because I didn't remember that part.
Oh, baby,
know,
that's
it's
the
in
I'm
funniest
part
watching
two.
again.
Did you see
Yeah,
part
you
two?
got to watch that. That's the
Part
funniest
two.
part.
Part two.
Yeah, part 2 is where Jack Jack got his powers.
Got his
I don't know if
powers,
we've got part
baby.
two or not.
He told that doggone raccoon up. That raccoon was running for his little life.
By you, ain't it past your bedtime?
Hey, David, welcome in. You late to the party, bro, but we so
What?
appreciate you coming,
David,
man.
you're coming now as we're leaving?
I
What?
know.
He didn't have a senior citizen nap. That's why he getting up now.
Almost home said to go to introduce yourself.
So I am almost homesteading. My channel is basically my journey to becoming a homesteader with lots of really stupid mistakes and occasionally setting myself on fire and breaking a lot of things. And
Make sure you video that.
we did not, to my knowledge, that is not on video. However, I am sure that the entire neighborhood heard me screaming that I was on fire, and it may be out there somewhere. I'm gonna have to make a video about that. But my passion is herbs and learning to identify them and making them into things that heal your body and passing that knowledge on, because it shouldn't be behind a paywall.
Yes.
Excellent. Very nice.
CC, how you doing?
Hey,
welcome in. Bougie, go on, introduce the bougie queen.
Bougie prepper. I haven't shown any prepping on my channel yet. I'm working on my gardening. I garden because of prepping. When I started prepping, prepper mentioned that we should learn how to garden. So that's why I started gardening. So I like to be the funny gardener that's stubborn, because when I first started, I'm like, y'all doing too much. All right, I ain't doing all of that. Okay. The bone, what? And your blood. Who bone and who blood is this? We get
wait, what? Blood? I haven't encountered that. I don't want to.
Yeah. So, but now I'm learning not to be stubborn and do some of the stuff, some of it anyway. But yeah, right now I'm working on my gardening because I've been on the struggle bus with that puppy. I literally killed everything that I first grew. I killed it all trying to run from bugs that I wasn't seeing. So right now I'm doing the gardening part of it, and then I just moved too. So I'm going to get back into the prepping part. But my part with the prepping is actually skills, not too much. I like the let's learn how to do something we don't know how to do.
True.
Yep.
That's what my thing is. Let's practice. Let's practice. Let's put our mouth to what we're talking about. Put our action to what we're talking about.
Then you make people do squats.
That's why everything is volunteer. I don't make nobody do nothing. It's volunteer. It's volunteer. It's all good for you know.
Bougie.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying. I'm so nervous now. I put them seeds out there in all that rain because I don't want to do the indoor. I don't like the indoor and repotting. I'm worse at repotting. You talking about, I don't know how y'all do it. Y'all repotting from this pot to, like, some of y'all got, I don't repot
anything.
I don't like.
I can live in my house till it goes in the ground. Nope. Anyway.
I'm going to get the garden table, like Auntie Linda said, though, and do that. I can see me doing that, and then, you know, like they said, to have the backup for your backups.
Mm-hmm.
So in case what I direct sold, I'll have backups for that. So I am going to do that, but I don't care for gardening. I run from bugs all the time. What? If you can get it on camera.
She run from bugs. She might go viral if she get on camera.
Let me tell y'all something about them bugs. Thank you, CC. Thank you. Like I said, I was on the balcony, right? And Elder Linda said she did a thing like be one with the bugs, right? So I'm like, okay, you know, I see a little bug sitting on the banister. So I'm like, okay, be one with the bugs. So, you know, I see you, but I'm going to go on by, mind my business, and keep it going. I would have shooed you at one time. I'd have, get out of here. I'm trying to be one with the bugs. So I walk past this sucker, and what do? Fly straight in my face. Now got me out there screaming like a crazy person now. Got me getting ready to do a cartoon and cartwheel over the banister. Now you got me out here screaming. Now I can't be one with the bugs now because y'all are disrespectful.
Boozy, did you see Presbyterian? She was on live out there in her garden.
I have to go and watch that video because she talking about that would have been me. It was her head thing that hit her. That would have been me.
I was sitting there just laughing. I was in my car driving, like, I was doing Uber that day. So when I'm Ubering, I try not to really just text, right? Boozy, Presbyterian with the screaming, and baby, I almost hit somebody trying to figure out what was going on. And
that would be me.
Let me tell you how
bad. I feel sorry for my kids. I got my kids bad. When we see stuff, like I got them running. We was in New York visiting with my girlfriend. Now we all in the living room. We on the blow up bed. She's sitting on the couch. We supposed to be doing movie night, right? Why one of us looked and seen something that all of us started running. We don't even what? One look, one of us see it, and we all run. The rest of us don't need to see what the other one's seeing. We don't need to verify it. We don't need to identify it. We all gone. We out. And to this day, we laugh about that. We laugh so hard about that to this day. And my girlfriend and her kids sitting there looking at us like, "What's wrong with y'all?" We don't play with the bugs. We don't. Usually, like down here, they got the water bugs.
Oh, those things are.
You talking about the ones that look like the big? You talking about the big cockroaches that be flying?
Yeah, we call them water bugs. One was in the bathroom. When I tell you this sucker was big, me and my daughter, we started using the vacuum cleaner. When they show up, we would use that was our exterminator. You talking about one piece of screaming and vacuum trying to get this thing, and we screaming at the same time, screaming and trying to get. Could you imagine somebody screaming and trying to get the water at the same time? This is how bad we are. That thing moves and we go, ah! But we're trying to get it over to vacuum cleaner.
Who was that, Jay? Was that Salon Diva talk about some? Oh, that's just a snake. But when she see a bug, she get
Yeah, Honey Roach.
Baby, no man. Now see, I ain't gonna run from no bug, but a snake. Oh no, y'all can keep
spiders.
I willfully I don't never because I think that'll be it for me in gardening. I'm sorry, I'll be done. I see a snake, that'll be it. Over, done. Just throw it all in the bushes back there. Throw the whole garden in the bushes back there.
You better run that snake off and go take care of your garden.
Baby, bye. I'm telling that snake you can have it.
Your garden now, listen here. You got to make sure you fertilize.
He might as well be the snake in the garden or eating, baby. You can have that garden. I don't even want to know more.
Make sure you fertilize.
I saw a snake in my garden. I went and got my 410 and I hit him and he moved again. I said, I ain't get you good enough. I hit him again. He ain't moving no more. We were good. I think I also did a video went on too. It was a school next side of me. And the snake was over by my chicken. And I said, now you need to leave here and you need to leave quick. And I was saying, y'all kids need to hurry up and go on our break. Y'all need to get in. Y'all been outside too long. I'm talking to, ain't none of the kids hearing me, but they'll run over to see the goats and stuff. And I'm y'all need to get in. Y'all been outside too long. Y'all ain't learning nothing. Man, as soon as that dude blew the whistle for all them kids to go on the inside, and I saw wasn't nobody out there, you heard a big boom. I said, you ain't had no business being over. I told you to leave my property. It was still there. Chickens ate it, birds ate it.
CC, yes, we heard about CC. Nikki be talking about how you just took that snake out in your garden. Yes, we need a CC around for the
I
snakes.
need
Uh,
CC.
Right?
CC
Poor
said, "I'll smack a
snake.
snake."
You know how bad we are. I was outside getting the garden ready, and I don't know what my daughter seen, and she closed the screen door and locked me out.
you can handle it,
Baby,
Mom. You can
So
handle it.
she sacrificed you to it?
Okay, that's how bad we are. I want to go back in the house and the door locked. Like, you locked me out.
Survival of the fittest?
I'm not gonna play with
That's
y'all
it.
with these snakes. That doggone big rooster and Tori and Maya was on live last night talking about the crawfish kickback, right? And Maya was telling everybody that if you go to the park and walk around the park, you're doing it at your own risk, right? So
Mm, mm.
I'm like, what you mean? She said they got alligators and snakes. So myself like this, like, do I need to go down here? Big Rooster gonna say all you gotta do is run. I said, well, I'm gonna be got because I can't run.
Listen, you don't have to be the fastest. You just have to be faster than
Do
someone.
you know how
Even if
fast
you
an
gotta trip
alligator
them.
run, girl?
Even if you gotta trip the other person, you just gotta give them something else to eat.
That
That's it.
right there reminded me of that movie Lake Placid. That girl was jogging down that little walkway and this alligator came out the tree. Mackenzie gonna say, Grandma, help her. I'm like, baby, she gone. I'm gonna be like her, cause I'm gonna be gone. She gonna get me, he gonna get me. I'm like, Mackenzie, save yourself, baby, save yourself.
No, sugar. She closed the screen door on me and locked it. And was standing there. No, she closed the screen door and locked it and was standing there looking out at me. That's what she did.
She know she could have helped you, boo. Baby, I can't do it. I can't do it. Y'all can keep a snake. Nah, I don't want to do it.
Good thing Mama ain't beat up when she got in the house.
Ooh, y'all done gave me a headache talking about alligators and snakes. And then almost home said she stay on raccoons. Girl, what is you fascinated about raccoons? Somebody want to look at them little beady eye suckers.
Okay, wait.
In
When
people's
I was
hands.
working at night one time, we had two that had, I don't know if they were on the night shift with me or what it was, but like every time I came home or they was visiting somebody, they coming down from down upstairs, down the steps. And it was like every time when I'm coming home, I'm like, okay, y'all need to get on a different schedule. Because I don't need to be meeting up with y'all here every night when I'm coming home.
Ooh,
They were
they
coming
got
down the
bold,
stairs.
Down, yeah, because you know what? I think somebody was leaving their garbage
Yeah,
outside by
that'll
the
do it.
door.
That'll
That's
do
what
it.
that was.
They
So
done
you
got
know,
bold though. They see you and they just stand there eating their food like
and don't
go
budge.
about your business.
hmm
You know, I was at a park one day. I was working, and so I couldn't leave. And we were sitting at a picnic table, and these squirrels chased us.
Not chasing.
Squirrels!
Wow.
What the heck? They followed at first, like they were just gently following, and then they like legit chased us.
Hmm.
I have never. I do not even understand what happened that day.
You should have been like Cece and smacked them.
Cece, where were you?
That's it.
I needed you.
Squirrel now. Now I can see if the raccoon was chasing you. You need to be booking it like you the road runner, but a squirrel. Come on now.
It wasn't just one, there were multiples.
Oh,
and
so they was-
also,
So they was
what
the
kind
feral.
of squirrel chases you?
They was feral, like the
A,
dog.
a hungry squirrel.
A hungry squirrel. A hungry squirrel that's been fed too many times by rich people walking around the park.
Hey,
On what? Right?
I'm not gonna play with y'all.
Lisa wasn't throwing nuts, thanks.
pause, CC. Pause, CC. CC, you got to come here at night to get a pause.
They be like them. You know that little old lady was at. I seen the video. This old lady was at the zoo, and the little monkeys was throwing poop at them. I was like, "What the world?" I was like, "Oh!" They just still standing there looking at them.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Nope.
We gonna have to get up off of here. We gotta go to the grown and sexy. I am Pam with Tampa's Creek Homestead. I want to thank Boo Shake Prepper, Jegs the Honey Slinger, and Almost Homesteaded for joining me on my live tonight. And everybody that came in, Lawn Lifters, CC, David, Bio, Sarah.
My Renaissance grandma.
My Renaissance grandma.
Mm-hmm. You said David.
I said David.
Uh,
I think
lawn lifters.
That's all I see for right now.
Yeah, that's all I see for right now.
Gail said good night earlier, right?
Oh, Gail Hooper.
Yeah, Gail.
Sarah left earlier.
Yeah, I said about Sarah.
Sarah.
Oh, Deborah.
Mhm.
Hi, Deborah. Bye, Deborah.
Hey, Deborah.
Hey, Deborah. You missed all the
She was
squirrel
no,
talking.
Deborah,
that
you was
fool
in the
laughing.
bushes. It looked like Deborah was in the bushes.
Oh, she was in the bushes.
All right, this will be my
Me
first
too,
time over
Renaissance
there.
grandma.
I'm gonna go over there. I haven't been in that live before.
Yeah, because you know Jed's going to be up on the panel. We got to listen to them right quick.
Who gonna be on the panel?
Oh, you ain't going to be on the panel tonight?
I'm getting ready to go to bed.
I need to be because I got to be up at 6 o'clock and drink this mess right
Hey,
here.
Deborah.
What
I
you
don't
gonna
know, but
drink?
they gave me instructions to drink the mess.
Is that like colonoscopy stuff?
No, they got to do a imaging of my stomach. I got to be there. I got to drink this at 6 in the morning, and I got to be at the doctor at 8. But I have to drink this 2 hours before the procedure.
No, I ain't, CC. No, I ain't.
Well,
If you have to have
CC
the colonoscopy route, let me know and I'll give you all the relevant.
Oh no, I ain't
warnings.
doing. I've been did that. This is something that
too.
got something to do with my stomach. So
They
I
did
got-
well. That what they did for me. It was like an upper and lower scope.
All
when they
right,
did
lawn
mine,
lifter.
but
I got
anyway.
your wife.
I got her
said
too,
that.
lawn lifter.
Oh, we'll do lawn lifters.
What's her name, lawn lifter? Lawn lifter. What is her first name?
Oh, for anemia.
It's anemia.
Thank you, Bio. My daughter's supposed to go with me in the morning. I said because of if anything go wrong, we might, somebody need to be there. I don't need to be by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always want somebody with you for stuff like that.
Yeah, so but I'm gonna shut it down, and I appreciate you guys. I love you guys.
Yeah.
I
Good night,
appreciate this
everybody.
community supporting us, and I just want to thank everybody for coming in tonight.
All right.
See you on
Love
Swoop
y'all.
Like Me.
See y'all in these streets.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.